Hello, how's everyone doing today? So the look I have for you is going to be, I just want to call it my Miami sunset because it is so pretty and it reminds me of Miami, even though I've never been there. So anyway, so if you want to see how I got this gorgeous, really intense, bright look, stay tuned. Alright, to start out, I'm going to prime my eyelids with a Maybelline Superstay 24-hour, it says corrector, but it's basically a concealer. So I'm just going to put that on my eyelids. And blend that around. Alright, now that our eyelids are primed, I'm going to go ahead and actually use, it's a Jordana 12-hour made to last eyeshadow pencil, and it's an eternal white. So just basically one of these to make it as bright as I can. Doesn't have to be pretty. Okay, so I'm going to be using, it's my Manly 120 color palette. I've used this many times. This thing is amazing, especially for bright looks like this. Any sort of vibrant palette will do. So first I'm going to start out with yellow on the inner corners. Actually, I'm going to do my highlight first. Just kidding. So I'm just going to take a round, kind of a concentrated fluffy brush and pick up just any sort of, it's a matte white. And then run that under my brow bone and directly in my inner corners. Okay, so now that that is done, we're going to move on to the yellow now. So the yellow I'm going to use, and I'm trying to keep these all just super bright, so I'm going to be using a very true yellow, this yellow right here. And for this, you can either use your fingers. I'm going to try and do a different approach this time. So I'm going to take just a flat, really concentrate that on. So I'm just going to do that right on the very beginning, right on the inner corner. Just kind of pack that on with the flat brush. Okay, so the next color I'm going to move on to is going to be a very bright orange to go right on top and next to that yellow. So I'm going to be taking this very bright orange here, just a very true orange, and packing that in right next to the yellow. Go ahead and use the same brush, because why not? So the next color I'm going to be choosing is a red. Just a very true red again, this red right here. I'm going to be using that right next to orange. Same brush. So the red should be right in the middle of your eye. I'm going to take my finger and do that. See how much more pigmented that is if I use my finger? I was really trying to use a brush for this, but sometimes there ain't no brush that can beat your finger. I am just going to use my finger. Middle finger works the best for me. Pack it right next to it and do a little swivel over. So easy. So right after that really bright red, I'm going to try and jump into a color as pink as possible because we're going to transition into the purple at the very corners. It's going to be bright purple. Jump into a cranberry. We're just going to go straight to cranberry because I know that this one is pigmented, so I'm going to use this one. Ah, that's better. And again, just do the same thing, just kind of pack it on. And you can kind of do that little wiggle to blend them. See, it's already very blended. So next we're going to jump into the purple. So I'm going to go ahead and use this color here. That's the color. Super pretty. My hands are dirty. And put that right on the edge. I may take a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of darker purple too. Just to make it super. So I'm going to take this. It's wet. Wasn't expecting that. Why is that wet? Okay, so I was going to take this super dark purple, if you can see that right on the tip there. Maybe I got some water on it in the bathroom or something. I'm going to go ahead and take, this is kind of still a paddle style flat fluffy brush. I'm not sure what brand it is. I've had it for eons. So I'm going to take this brush and one of those purple colors. I'm going to kind of dab that on again. And then I'm going to take it and run it right along the top. Just kind of starting to fade it out. I'm going to do the same thing with this side. So just watch me bringing it up, going about halfway. I'm going to take that purple that's left on the brush and kind of pull it under. On that same brush that the purple's on, I'm going to take some of that really light pink. This one's not super pigmented, unfortunately, but we're blending it up anyway, so it's alright. So I'm going to take that and just go right on top of that, into that purple. Kind of just fade that up into my contour color under my brow. Just trying to make sure that it's very even on both sides too. You want it to look like you know what you're doing, because you do. Now I'm going to take that a lighter yellow again, and I'm going to pull that up. So I'm going to be taking this color next to that yellow I used. So I used this one. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to go through one more time and kind of pack on those colors a little bit more with each of them. So I'm going to take that cranberry color that I used on that before I used the dark purple, and just take that and run that along my bottom. So I'm going to go through with my fluffy brush that I used for my contour color, take that contour color again and just use that to blend everything in. You can also use this to kind of smudge out underneath. So I'm just going to clean up, brush any of that excess away. So now that our eyeshadow base is done, I'm going to go ahead and take Jordana eyeshadow pen. So I'm going to line my waterline with it in the Eternal White. Just going to line my bottom lash line. So next I'm going to go ahead and use, it's a Maybelline Eye Studio. It's a cream shadow, or excuse me, cream eyeliner, if you can see that. Anyway, in my little pot, and take the little brush that does come with it. Love this brush. So I'm just going to do a relatively small sized wing on my eye and create your wing. Okay, and now I will do the other eye. Looking like a rainbow witch or something. Okay, now I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush from my eyeliner and just kind of pull that underneath so that I have a bit of a contrast. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now that the eyeliner is done, I'm going to go ahead and just pop on some mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express, you know, the yellow and purple container. This is a non-waterproof because I don't like waterproof. It's hard to get off, and I don't cry. So I'm going to put that on my top and bottom lashes. Now the bottom lashes. Of course, then I get some on the bottom. So the eyes are done. Looking all pretty. Sunsetty. Okay. So now I'm going to go on to the face. So I'm going to use a bronzer. It's from e.l.f. And the color is Sunkissed. I don't have much of it left because I use it so much. But it just gives me a really pretty, nice glow without looking like I have too much bronzer on because I am so pale. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that onto an Ulta contour brush. So I'm just going to put that right under my cheekbones. This is a very summer, kind of a beachy sunset. So a little bit on my temples. Under my chin. So I'm going to be using, it's an Ulta cheek color. And this is kind of a corally rose, but it's called Afterglow. Just going to put that on the apples of my cheeks and pull that up. Just gives me a little bit of a warmth too. It's a really, really nice anytime color. I feel like this blush looks good with anything, which is why I don't have much of it left, because it's awesome. Okay, see, that adds a little bit of a life to my cheeks. So, and then lastly, I'm just going to put this just on the apple of my cheeks. I've used this before. I love this color. It's called Pink Passion. It's also by e.l.f. It's just a very bright pink. So I'm just going to take just a little bit of that on my Ulta contour brush and just put that right on the apples. Gotta put something on my lips. And with such a bright eye, I feel like I still like to have color on my lips. I am not one to rock a nude lip because I'm so pale. It just doesn't look good on me, I don't think. So I always have to use some sort of color. So I've kind of decided that I'm going to stick with the brights and use 2 of my NYC. They look really bright on here. Lots of orange tones come off with my camera. But they're the City Proof Twistable Intense Lip Colors by NYC, Canal St Coral, and Fulton St Fuchsia. They had to make it like the hardest names. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the fuchsia color on the outside of my lip and then the orange in the middle. So kind of like an ombre effect. Go ahead and use this one on the outside. The orange on the inside. So this is the completed look. So pretty. I love this so much. I've done a lot of sunset eyes, but I haven't done it with the purple, so this is really, really pretty. It reminds me of Miami, and I've never been to Miami. I have a good friend, Micah, in Miami. Hi, Micah. With her sister, but anyway, looks like Miami. Summertime in Miami. So anyway, this is done. And if you want to make it a really, really nighttime, you can actually do black eyeliner on the waterline instead of the white. I feel like the white just kind of opens my eyes, and I love it. So I like the white look, but you can do black too if you want. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single video. And as always, have an awesome day. I hope everybody had a great Easter. I did. I had some candy. My sister gave me a really big fluffy chick pillow from Publix because she works there. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great time. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. Bye. Bye.